Just give me a sign. I know you're out there somewhere.
What you just watched was made entirely inside Google Flow. No camera, no actors, no location scout, no production crew. The character you saw, Elena, exists only as an AI-generated ingredient that I built in about 10 minutes and then use across every single shot in that film, without her appearance changing once.
Flow is your AI creative studio, where you can generate and refine images and videos in whatever style you can dream up. Designed to support your entire creative journey, Flow helps creatives explore what's possible, from pre-visualization or proof of concept to a final creation.
In this video, I'm going to build that film again, from scratch, in real time. You'll see every step, from the blank project page to the finished cut. If you've been curious about Google Flow, but found it overwhelming to get started, this is the video for you. We are going to do it together. Welcome to the director's chair. Before we start generating anything, I want to give you a 3-minute orientation of the Flow workspace. Understanding what each panel does before you start saves a lot of frustration. Flow is organized around 4 main areas. The first is the asset grid. This is your project library. Everything you create lives here. Nano Banana images, PO video clips, style references. Think of it as your digital prop house and casting agency. The second is the generation panel. This is where you write prompts and trigger generations. It's also where you select your generation mode, text to video, frames to video, or ingredients to video. We'll use all 3 today. The third is the ingredients drawer. This is the key to character consistency. When you log a character or a setting as an ingredient, Flow carries that visual reference into every new generation you add it to, up to 3 ingredients per scene prompt. And the fourth is Scenebuilder, the timeline editor, where you arrange your clips into a sequence, trim them, add transitions, and export. This is where a collection of individual shots becomes a film. There is one more thing to know before we start: the generation modes. Text to video is the simplest. You describe what you want in text, and Flow generates it. Good for establishing shots and backgrounds, where you don't yet have specific visual references. In this example, we are going to do a text to image. Select image, the number of images you want to do, and click enter after pasting your prompt. After waiting for a few seconds, we'll go for images created based on our prompt. Frames to video takes a still image generated with Nano Banana or loaded and animates it into a video. This gives you precise control over what the opening frame looks like. To create frames to video, select frames and then click on the start frame. Choose your starting frame. Now you can type your prompt and your prompt will generate a video starting with this frame. Please notice that Omni model only accepts start frame. Video 3.1 models accept start and end frames. Ingredients to video is the most powerful mode for narrative work. You combine log characters and setting ingredients with a text prompt describing the action. This is how you get the same character appearing in a completely different scene while looking exactly the same. We'll move through all 3 today. Let's start at the very beginning, the story. Notice what I'm doing here. I'm not going into Flow and just starting to type random prompts. I'm using Gemini to think through the creative decision first. Character appearance, setting atmosphere, shot sequence, visual style. This matters because Flow's ingredient system works best when you know exactly what you want your character to look like before you generate them. If you change your mind halfway through, new hair, different jacket, you'll need to relock the ingredient and regenerate shots that use the old version. Spend 10 minutes in Gemini, save hours of rework in Flow. Here's what Gemini gave me for the last signal. When your 4 variations appear, look for the one that feels most like the character in your head. For Elena, I'm looking for someone who feels like she spent years working nights in cold, isolated places, but who's still sharp, intelligent behind the tiredness. Once you find the right one, and it usually takes 1 or 2 generation phases, here's what you need to do next. This is the most important step in the entire workflow. That save character action is the heart of everything Google Flow does differently from a basic AI video generator. Select characters. Add a new character. Select the image that you created in the previous step. Click on plus and select the best one. Now, paste the description of your character and click Generate. Your character has been created. Now, let's paste the description to save it with your character. Get the name and change the name of the character. We decided later to change to Elena. Click on Add Voice to change the voice of the character and click on Save. What you've just done is told Flow, this is Elena. Whenever I add this ingredient to a scene prompt, maintain her appearance. Same face, same hair, same jacket. Even if the scene is completely different, even if the camera angle changes, even if the lighting changes, Elena looks like Elena. Before the ingredient system existed, character's consistency in AI video was a constant battle. Every new generation had a chance of drifting the character's appearance. You would end up with a protagonist who looked subtly different in every shot, which destroys the feeling of a coherent film. Now, let's generate a few more variations and check the consistency holds. To create the video, you can either drag and drop the element into the prompt or write add and the name of the character. We are going to try to create 2 different scenarios. In one, Elena is in a dark room, while in the second one, Elena will be in a warm, amber color room. See how her face stays consistent even though the lighting has completely changed between those 2 images. That's the ingredient carrying the visual identity forward. Now, let's do the same for our setting. Copy the background setting from our previous Gemini description. Paste it in the prompt section of Flow. Wait until the images are created and select the best one as your background. Now I have 2 lock ingredients, Elena and the console room. When I generate a scene with Elena inside the console room, I can drop both ingredients into the prompt, and Flow will use both as visual anchors. Elena looks like Elena. The room looks like the room. I'm just describing the action. This is how you get cinematic coherence across a multi-shot film. You are not hoping the AI recreates the same environment from a text description. You've locked it, it's in the drawer. It's just a drag and drop. Let's also create one more key ingredient, the exterior of the station at night. We'll need this for the establishing shot at the final scene. Three ingredients, one character, two key locations. That's our visual foundation. Now, let's make the actual film. We have 6 scenes to produce. I'm going to walk through the first 3 in real time, then show you the completed versions of the remaining 3. Scene 1 is the establishing shot, the exterior of the station at night, no character. For this, I use the ingredients to video with just the exterior station ingredient, since I want the location to match exactly what we established. Scenes 2 through 5 involve Elena inside the console room, so for those, use ingredients to video with both Elena and the console room ingredients. Scene 6 is Elena at the window looking out. We'll use all 3 ingredients for that final shot. Let's start with scene 1. Perfect. That's our scene 1. Notice I didn't have to describe the station in detail in the prompt. The ingredient carried all of that. I only had to describe the camera movement and the mood. This is the most important prompting discipline in Flow. With ingredients loaded, your text prompt describes what happens and how the camera moves, not what things looks like. The ingredients handle the appearance. Let me show you how this works, and I'll generate a variant of scene 2 using explicit camera controls to show the difference.
It is not background noise.
Notice the difference? The camera control version has a deliberate cinematic attention. The slow dolly in creates a feeling of focus, of gravity. The original version is observational. Both are valid choice, but now you are making them consciously. Here's a quick reference for the camera moves I use most often in narrative filmmaking. Slow dolly in, intimacy, weight, a moment of significance. Slow dolly out, isolation, a character receding from us, revelation of context. Crane up, scale, perspective, a widening of the wall. Pan follow, a character in motion keeping pace with action. Held static, tension, stillness, a moment that isn't moving yet. For the last signal, almost every shot should feel weighted and still. This is a quite internal theme. So I'll use slow movements or no movement, letting the performance and the audio carry the energy, not the camera. Scene extension is one of the features I use in almost every Flow project. Veo 3.1 Lite generates clips up to 8 seconds, but sometimes a shot needs 15-20 seconds to fully land, especially a quiet internal moment like scene 4. Extension adds another generation pass that continues from exactly where the previous clip ended. Same character position, same camera angle, same audio environment. It doesn't restart from scratch. It continues. Enter the Scenebuilder. Select Add a new scene. Now you can add all your videos previously created to this scene. We add one video. After that, you can add new videos or extend the previous one if it was created with Veo 3.1 Lite. Scenebuilder is where the film actually comes together. Up to this point, all we've had is a collection of individual shots. This is where they become a sequence, where the grammar of film editing takes over. A few practical things to know. First, always trim the first half second of every generated video. Video sometimes has a slight generation artifact at the very head of a clip, a tiny visual hiccup. Trimming it costs you almost nothing and makes every cut cleaner. Second, for this film, we are using dissolve between scenes rather than hard cuts. The last signal is a quiet interior film. Hard cuts will feel too abrupt. A 0.5 second dissolve between scenes keeps the contemplative mood. Third, leave the final scene, Elena at the window with the phone, to run its full length. Don't cut away early. Let the audience sit with her in that decision. The last 3 seconds of the film are the most important ones.
Just give me a sign. I know you're out there somewhere.
There's the film. 6 scenes, roughly 40 seconds. Elena is visually consistent from the first shot to the last. The console room looks the same in a scene 2 as it does in a scene 6. The exterior matches the establishing shot. Now we add the soundtrack. A note on music. Lyria 3 on Pro gives you standard music generation. Ultra gives you Lyria 3 Pro, which has beta controls over harmonic complexity and instrument layering. Lyria 3 is perfectly capable. Export your Scenebuilder timeline at your subscription's maximum resolution. Then, bring the exported video and the Lyria 3 audio into your creating software of choice, Premiere, DaVinci, CapCut. Set the music level to around 15 to 20% during scenes where Elena's action carry the audio, and bring it up to 35 to 40% during the establishing and closing shots. The native audio from the VO3 generation, the equipment hum, the wind, Elena's footsteps, layers beautifully under the Lyria 3 score. Don't mute it. Let both tracks breathe together. That's the last signal, made entirely in Google Flow. 7 steps: story brief in Gemini, character with Nano Banana, setting ingredients, 6 shots across 3 generation modes, camera controls, Scenebuilder assembly, and a Lyria 3 score. The workflow I've shown you today works for any story. You change the character, the setting, the logline, the process is identical. If you made a short film using this workflow, I want to see it. Put a link in the comments. See you in the director's chair.